what is your mantra of success?
My mantra of success is being you. Okay? Being yourself. Be the original version of yourself.
Hello everyone, my name is Panisha Puri. Welcome back to our channel Xaphal. And today we have with us Mrs. Yagbala Kapil, who is an experienced professional with a demonstrated history of working in the education management industry, skilled in training, research, and leadership. Welcome to our platform, Xaphal.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And thanks for inviting me.
So before we move towards your journey, how you have started your career and a lot of your stories, let's talk about your current role right now and what are the day-to-day activities you cater at your present role.
So I just introduce myself as if I say that I'm an engineer by mind, I'm an entrepreneur by heart, and I'm an academician by soul.
Okay.
So yeah, so teaching is my passion, and that's why I keep on taking assignments wherever I come to know that students need my help. They want to interact with me. So I'm currently taking one organization paper and learning and development with GL Bajaj, because I have to devote my time in my startup as well.
So in your college days, what were the subjects you had?
Subjects, as I mentioned, that I'm an engineer by mind. So it's a
You have
very
done your
interesting.
engineering.
Yeah, I done my engineering from HBTI Kanpur, which is a very renowned college.
Okay.
And my father wants me to be a doctor, but I have my own dreams. And so that's why when I gave my exam, I didn't even tell my father that I have, registered for this UPTU examination. So when the result
mechanical
came,
engineering or computer engineering?
I got admitted in mechanical engineering, and at that time in year 2000, my counseling was at Lucknow, and everybody was saying that mechanical engineering is not for girls, right?
True.
So I because I want to be associated with a good college. So either I have two choices: either I can go for Motilal Nehru Engineering College, which is in Allahabad, where they were offering me civil engineering, and in the HBTI Kanpur, they were offering me mechanical. So I take that risk, and I would like to tell everybody that do take risk in your life.
True.
So I take that risk, and I just mentioned, okay, I'll go for mechanical engineering, and then my name is being announced that Yagbala Kapil has opted for mechanical engineering at HBTI Kanpur, and my father was like, "Why you have opted for mechanical engineering?" So I said that there is a provision that you can change your branch in second year if you score good. So right. I am a very hard worker kind of person, and I'm very systematic. So I have made it very clear that I have to change my branch to electronics engineering. Okay. So I worked hard, I score good, and in second year,
so you developed that interest in electronics later.
Yes, absolutely. So electronics and communication, that was my branch. And the subjects, if I talk about, yes, engineering, they were teaching a lot of subjects were very, very tough, but there was one subject which they one qualifying paper, and if I'm not wrong, it is related to somewhere the soft skills. Okay. When I started studying that paper, I really find it very interesting. And somewhere at that particular point of time, I realized why I'm doing this engineering. Okay, so I did better in my engineering.
True.
It's not like that, but
so you realized your real passion later, and you just
exactly. Yes, absolutely. It took me time.
Right.
When you start meeting with people, when you start exploring yourself, then you realize, I think you can do better in this field. Right. So this is exactly what had happened with me, because after engineering, I got married, and then I blessed with a baby girl. So there was a lot of gap in my career, right? So I did my engineering in 2004, and when my daughter started going to school, in kindergarten, I decided then you again started thinking about yourself, right? Yes. So I was like, I'm an engineer and I'm sitting at home. What am I doing? So I just go and find out, is there any space for me in the industry or not? And frankly speaking, there was no space for me.
Okay.
I have given approx 100 interviews, and every day I came back and I said, I always discuss it with my husband that I think there is no place for me. So he always motivated me that keep trying,
You
and
were
then
persistent.
exactly. My family, my husband, they all supported me. So again, I have two choices. Either I should go for MTech or either I should go for MBA. MBA was booming in that at that time, 2008. I'm talking of. So because
How
I
you
was having a
find out like this is booming right now and I should go for it? How you
because
make this
everybody
decision?
see every it was very trendy. You got to know about the trends when you start meeting people. Every another person is running behind MBA. And when I explored the subjects, I found it very very interesting. You're going to study something different. It's about management. It's about business. From there the journey of business started. So I just love okay, I'm going to study about organization behavior, which people never talk about. I'm going to study about people. This is something how to manage people, and this is something which is, as I mentioned, that I really love to study about people. So
Right.
this is how I took this MBA, and then in the second year I chose HR as a specialization.
When you give your first lecture, it requires a lot of confidence in you to just speak out in a front of a bunch of people and they can ask you anything. So how you develop that confidence in you?
As I mentioned, Panisha, that I prepared. All right, I prepared my lecture, and I was confident that I'm going to give it a bang on. Because at that particular time, internet was not, very popular. And so we used to sit in the library and I explored a lot of books and I prepared my notes.
Okay.
Okay. And you won't believe that I don't prefer to teach through PPTs, because I always believe that then a student will say, "Are ye kya padayenge?" She's looking at the PPT. So
Right.
I remember that I never take any book and I never take any PPTs in the class. That was in the initial
Great.
beginning, I'm telling you. So I just start my lecture, because the one thing is connect with the audience. If you can make a connect with the audience, the your it becomes very easy. So how to make that connect? And it took only 30 seconds to make a connect. Either you start with a story, or concept how you wanna, because I don't know, my students say that you are a very innovative person. You always have some, activities, or you always have some stories. So I always think of that, how I'm going to explain this concept to my students.
True.
So this is always, and I keep on exploring. Oh, this concept, either in the class, or shall I involve them in a certain activity, or shall I, give them a certain case, or shall I take them outside?
True.
Okay, so I prefer taking students in different places, okay, to make the concepts clear. So that is how, it's the only thing is how prepared you are. If you are prepared, the confidence will come of its own.
So it is important to focus on the theoretical part or the practical part, or the both things are important. Like, what do you think?
Both are important. See, theory is again very very important, because the authors, right, people have done a lot of research. They have come up with a lot of ideas, right? So first you should focus upon the theory, and then you should know how to apply that theory.
True.
Okay, so application part is very very important.
You just prefer to switch your job after some years.
I prefer to switch from one institute to another, because ultimately you also see your career growth.
Hmm.
And in academics also, there are three things. One is teaching, another is research, and third is administration.
Right.
Right. So one, teaching, absolutely, that, as I mentioned, that's my passion. Research is mandate, because if you are a professor, if you are into this field, you have to do a lot of research, right? So again, I'm late though in my career, but I have enrolled for my PhD from MIT Business School, and soon I'll be Dr. Yagbala Kapil, and I'm in a phase of completion. So I will be fulfilling my father's dream of being a doctor, not in that way,
Yes,
in the
of
another way.
course.
Yeah. So that is what I'm pursuing my PhD also, and I'm not of that kind. I accept challenges, and I believe in doing experimentation. And that's why, I keep on moving from one institute to the another. And what I believe is that whenever you are switching, always end with a positive note, on a good note. Never end your relationship with a bitter note.
So how you do, what is your mantra to upscale your skills and polish your skills?
See, I read a lot. Okay, I read a lot, and I interact, as I mentioned. I read journals, I read articles, I read stories. So Oprah Winfrey, I follow her like anything. I love her style of speaking. Steve Harvey, another comedian, so
So do you
his
like
sense of humor.
do you like fiction or non-fiction?
I like both. I like both fiction as well as not. See, whatever comes to my way. So I don't choose that I have to read fiction or I have to read non-fiction. All right. So whatever comes to my, if there is a newspaper lying there, or if it is a comic book lying there, I will just pick it up and I'll start reading it. So yes, I think to upscale yourself, it is very, very important that you read. Okay, and you explore.
Right.
These are the two things, and this is my mantra, that I always read a lot, I always connect with people, I participate. I participate in so many activities. For example, I participate in conferences, I do go to seminars. I never let any opportunities where I think that there is an opportunity where I can upgrade myself. So this is something which I advise to everybody, that don't restrict yourself. Okay, don't be in a comfort zone. You should always find out, because if you are restricted, for example, I'm taking section B, why do you have friends in section B only? Why don't you interact with the people, with the students of section A, B, C, E, and F? Right. Go and find out. Don't compare yourself, but compete. That is something very, very important. Comparison is that
important to initiate a conversation, and it might be a challenging thing for many to initiate a conversation about anything. So how you teach your students that you should go and talk to other person and you should initiate a conversation?
See, Panisha, this question, many students, they came that we are hesitant in initiating a conversation. Okay, so sometimes it's not always that you choose people choose you as well.
Right.
All right. And how, for example, that if you are influenced by a certain person, let's say in the conference, if you are influenced by a person, and go to him and appreciate and praise him. Oh sir, you did a the concept which you have narrated today, or the story that you have, it has lot of learning. So everybody loves appreciation.
Right.
Or probably you should always compliment people. The best way to start a conversation is compliment.
Right.
Okay, or you're looking beautiful today, or the dress that you are wearing, it's looking lovely, the smile on your face, it suits you. So it becomes easy. After that you can start, what's your agenda, why you want to interact with that particular person.
Right.
I interact with people in the conferences. I just, whomsoever has presented a paper, or whomsoever it has been invited as a guest, I just go and meet them and ask them why you have chosen this particular topic for the presentation. Right, because ultimately they have chosen it, so there might be a certain reason behind it.
Great way to start a conversation.
Correct. This is how you can start a conversation. Absolutely.
So one last question I would like to ask you, what is your mantra of success?
My mantra of success is being you. Okay, being yourself. Be the original version of yourself. Okay, you need not to fake your personality to anybody.
Right.
Who I am. So that's the only mantra. And always, spread happiness. Okay, if you can bring a smile, if people are meeting you and you can bring a smile on their face, I think this is what ultimately, why you are born, you have achieved that.
Thank you so much for joining us and sharing your insight. It might be helpful for many students who are watching our show.
Thank you, Panisha, and thank you so much. Thank you, Bhavtosh, for giving me this opportunity. And you also got a very beautiful smile. So keep smiling and all the best.
Thank you so much.